morning, dear people of the internet, and welcome to your weekly moment of weird internet's human shenanigans. Today, we need to talk about main character syndrome. You know, those people who think that they are the main character and that everyone else is an NPC and that the world actually revolves around them, which leads to videos like this. The audio got out here because it's a copyrighted song and I cannot audio record from Reddit apparently, but essentially what's happening here is that a couple of seemingly 14-year-olds are walking inside of the very expensive store with the song Sigma Boy loudly playing on their audio device. I am sure that you feel some kind of rage right now, which makes sense because this content is obviously rage bait. But like, the creators did it anyway, and therefore we might diagnose them with main character syndrome. It's not a real diagnosis, of course, but it's what it's called apparently. Because why on earth would you do that? Like, a part of me admires them for their shamelessness, but the biggest part of me thinks that having a bit of shame is actually a good thing to avoid stuff like this. Shame prevents people's peace being disturbed. Someone stitch that on a pillow, please. Anyhow, there are a lot of different ideas on the internet on what main character or being the main character actually is, so we'll look at that today. The most famous idea of what main character syndrome entails is what you find on r/am I the main character or I am the main character, which is where I got the video I just showed you. But there's also a side of TikTok that teaches you how to be the main character. I don't know why that exists and how that works, because I feel like the main consensus on my side of the internet is that we don't need more people with main character syndrome, but today we're going to find out about that. Before we go into that, I am in art school and I need your help with that logistically. You can shop my plushies on my store and also bookmarks that I made last week and prints and zines. I put that in the description, and you can also help me for free by watching the videos and subscribing, and I would appreciate that a lot, so thank you. Now let's get started.
Let's talk about the main character method. I live by this method and it has changed my life. So of course I'm going to help you live your best lives. The main character method is literally embedding everything that you want to be into your own life. For example, I started living my life, so every day was part of the plot. So season 1, episode 1, I started that. When you live your life like it's a season, like a series, everything bad that happens, you then go, your mindset completely changes and it goes, well, of course, this is just for the plot. Like, this is just supposed to happen to get me where I'm supposed to be. And all of the things that you used to probably complain about, you stop. And then things just are attracted to you. You become like magnetic. It's insane.
It's just part of the plot sentiment smells like toxic positivity. Some things are just bad and they don't help you. And that's okay. Like my childhood trauma, I would have been perfectly fine if that didn't happen at all. It might have made me a different person than I am right now, but I'm actually really fine with that because it's a struggle still, and it was a struggle, and I would rather have not been through that. And that's fine to want. You don't have to be like, oh, it's just part of the plot. It's what makes me who I am today and whatever. You don't have to be like that, okay? It's fine that some things are just plain bad. And if my childhood trauma was just part of the plot, or if I would have told myself that, I wouldn't have been in therapy, which would have made it worse eventually for myself. I know from experience that pushing your emotions away to just be the positive person is a very bad idea. So this is just toxic positivity. There are a lot of things that happen in TV shows to the main characters that will make you feel very bad if they happened in real life to you. That's why they're in a TV show and not in real life. Sometimes they are in real life and people also feel bad about that. And I've never heard a TV character say, oh well, it's good for the plot, it makes me a better person. Of course the writers may think that, but it's just not how life works. TV shows are often also made to show emotions and to be relatable to people, so people actually want to watch them and feel related to the main character, which makes watching shows enjoyable for a lot of people. So feeling bad is okay, also in TV shows.
Ever since I lived by that method and I started living like I was in a TV series, I literally got invited to parties, free stuff comes in the post, like just out of nowhere, I get random people that I've really looked up to on social media started following me. I've become friends with some people I've always wanted to be friends with. Like, it's insane.
I am not sure if this is how that happened. Being overly positive is not some magic spell. Maybe this works because people don't like negativity, but I'm sure you can find some kind of healthy balance between positivity without being toxic about it and with negativity without being toxic about that.
And then with the main character part, you then add things that your main character of your life. So say you have like an influencer that you look up to, you start to embed things that they do into your life. So for me, this girl was drinking matcha all the time. She looked so pretty. She was like walking down the road. I think she was in New York City. She's drinking her matcha. I started drinking matcha. I know it's like the matcha effect. The matcha effect is real. I literally started drinking matcha and my whole world just changed. I felt like the main character. Like my life just started to unfold and everything that was unfolding was just good, and I became a magnet to the things that I wanted to attract into my life. But the most important thing about this method is you have to believe that you deserve it. You have to be grateful as well, and you have to do these affirmations every day, like I'm so lucky, I'm so grateful for all the things I'm getting and all the people I'm meeting. And when you do this, you are literally a good luck magnet. I'm gonna make another part, so follow me for more.
I don't think matcha is gonna be some magic potion that will make you lucky. Matcha is nice and all, but it's not literally magic. I'm sorry to break the news to you. I think telling yourself that you're doing great is gonna be helpful to a lot of people in the same way that gratitude journaling is helpful to a lot of people. Like, you're focusing on the positive things in life rather than the negative things, because negative things in life often feel very big and very overwhelming, more than the positive things. So concentrating on the positive things can be helpful, but again, you need a balance in there. I just don't see how this fits into being the main character, because as I said, thinking that the negative stuff in your life is just part of the plot and gonna make you a better person or something just reeks of toxic positivity. And drinking the same drink as your favorite influencer is not going to transform you into them. And also, you don't want that, because they're also dealing with their own problems, because literally everyone has their own problems. And I promise you that your favorite influencer, even though they probably don't show it, also has their own problems. So you don't want to be them, just be yourself. This TikTok reminds me of romanticizing life, which can be helpful again, but often crosses the line into being something toxic. Feeling bad sometimes is actually good for you, and learning how to cope with that is gonna be a lot more helpful than learning how to run away from that, because eventually it will come and get you, because your emotions run faster than you run, metaphorically speaking, of course. Also, I've never found a main character in a TV series that doesn't have any problems that don't help them, if that makes sense. So maybe the next TikTok can explain a little better how to actually be the main character.
Here's how I make my life effortlessly luxurious and feminine with simple habits anyone can adopt. Number 1 is curating a signature scent.
Not again with the signature scent.
A signature scent does not have to break the bank, but what it does do is make you unforgettable. And this is something I will gladly gatekeep.
At least she's gladly gatekeeping, whatever that means, her, so we don't buy another one and overconsume even more, because we already have 3,078 million, that's not a real number anyways, signature scents in our drawers. Put on deodorant and a little spritz of perfume if you want, and if you like that, and whatever. But like, I most likely don't want to smell you when I'm sitting next to you, even if you smell nice. Because what smells nice to some people doesn't smell nice to other people sometimes. And especially when I'm on a train with 60 people that have signature scents and 12 teenagers that have puberty scents, and Gary next to me eating a peanut butter sandwich at 7 a.m. in the morning. I don't want that. And Gary can go away with his peanut butter sandwich in the train. I don't like the smell of peanut butter, but also people that are allergic to peanuts can get a reaction from the smell. People need to be so much more considerate. Okay, Gary needs to put his sandwich away and eat it outside, and the 12 teenagers need to learn how to use deodorant at shower, and the 60 people with signature scents can not do that, please. Thank you. I'm autistic and smells are very overwhelming to me, and I really understand that you want to smell nice. I do too. Therefore, I use deodorant. And some people like perfume, which is also nice. A little spritz is enough. Not everyone has to smell you. If you are doing it for your date, you can make it smell like so they smell you when they come into your personal space. Thank you.
Number 2, fresh flowers at home. This could be a $5 bouquet from Trader Joe's or a single garden rose. It's about the vibes and romanticizing your life and not the price. Number 3, morning self-care ritual. So think skincare, coffee, journaling, and creating a slow, luxurious start to your day.
The flower thing is something that I do understand. However, the morning routine sounds very stressful. Don't get me wrong, I love a slow morning where I stretch my breakfast for hours and crochet during that, but it isn't luxurious. Well, it is to me because I can only do that when it's vacation or weekend and not during full time, obviously. When I'm not next to Gary in the train at 7 a.m., of course. But I will never get up earlier to have a luxurious morning routine on days that I have class when I can sleep an appropriate amount. Making time for that sounds incredibly stressful to me, and I would hate getting up early to journal and do my very long skincare routine that exists of nothing, washing my face maybe. But I'm aware that this might work for some people, and that's great. But I think it's good to know that this won't make you suddenly feel good about yourself doing this, especially when you're not a morning person.
Number 4, silk loungewear, robes, or house slippers. I don't know what it is, but anytime I have these on, I just feel a little more elevated in my home, even if I'm just lazing around watching Netflix.
Yes, let's buy stuff that makes us feel better, which will add to overconsumption because silk robes don't have the power to make you suddenly feel better about yourself. Now, if you want to try wearing fancy pajamas and robes, that's totally fine, you should. But if you're just doing this to elevate yourself or whatever, like thinking it's necessary for that, you don't need them. By the way, silk pajamas are incredibly expensive.
Number 5, soft glam makeup. There's something elevated and luxurious about simple, soft glam makeup that enhances your natural features. It will always give that girl energy for me.
First and foremost, I like makeup as a form of self-expression. It's an art and I always feel very impressed by it. I know a lot of people use makeup to look good, whatever that means, in daily life. I think that's great too if you want to do that, as long as you don't feel pressured to do that, which is a very complicated and nuanced topic into stuff. I don't want to get too far into that. I personally don't really wear makeup because I react to a lot of it and I don't like how it feels on my face in general. Like, even if I don't react to it, I also don't like how it feels because I'm autistic, as I said, and it makes my face feel sticky, and I don't like sticky stuff to the point where I feel very reluctant about wearing sunscreen. I do that because it's good for you and you shouldn't get skin cancer, so you do wear sunscreen. Anyways, wearing makeup does not make you a better person, and I feel like this TikTok makes it sound like that a little bit, especially with the that girl comment. Earlier this month I established that the that girl trend was just overconsumption in disguise, and I feel like that is also the case here because this creator has a Bezos website page which we might find the silky pajamas on, but I couldn't find them, so to be clear, but they might have been on there at some point, I don't know. But the makeup is definitely on there because there's a makeup page on there. So just so you know, she's trying to sell you makeup, and making your natural features look perfect in this way, it sounds kind of judgmental and it sounds like a lot of pressure, and I don't feel like that would make anyone feel better about themselves.
Number 6 is elegant hand gestures and posture, because your energy speaks before you do.
So again, I'm autistic and I understand that I'm very bad at body language interpreting, but also doing it. How do you do elegant hand gestures? Especially, how do you make any hand gestures without alarming another person that you're talking with? It seems too hard, but again, it might be just me.
Number 7 is intentional language. This is where I replace words like I can't with I'm working on it to reframe that mindset. Your words are so powerful, so it's really important to speak words that only elevate and uplift you.
Another way of framing this is act like you're in a job interview at all times. As I said before, words of affirmation can be very helpful, but there is again something as toxic positivity. You cannot act like you're in a job interview with yourselves all the time, because that sounds very exhaustive and it will make you feel like you're failing all the time, because I don't know about you, but I always feel very pressured at job interviews. Of course, when you're in a job interview, please say I'm working on it, because then they want to hire you. But don't tell that to yourself with everything. Sure, some things, but not everything, because there's strength in saying that you cannot do something and asking for help, and it's actually more efficient and better for everyone, because people like being asked to help a lot of the times, and doing something together is very nice. And also, it's more efficient and you actually get the thing done. So learning to ask for help and saying that you can't do something, admitting that you can't do everything yourself, is hard, but it's something you need to learn, and there's strength in that. There's again a balance here, and this video is very not nuanced.
Number 8 are the mini luxuries. This can be a really cute cosmetics bag or or really chic glassware, because it's all about the little things.
Welcome to Overconsumption part 367 of this video. You probably already have a cup that you find cute and stuff like that. Buying a small version of something you already have is not going to help you if your cup or your pouch is smaller, less stuff fits in it, so it's less useful and you don't need to buy a smaller version of stuff to make you feel better.
Number 9, reading or learning something new. A hyper feminine woman is always looking to evolve herself.
I'm getting more and more confused with what this video is trying to accomplish. A hyper feminine woman is always trying to evolve? Where did the hyper feminine thing come from? Isn't everyone trying to evolve? Well, not everyone, but like most people that want nice things for the world. Now, don't get me wrong. Learning and reading is a very good thing and should be promoted, and I'm happy she's doing that. But the way she's doing that is making me feel very weird for some reason, because it makes it feel like it's something for some higher class of hyper feminine woman thing, while it's for everyone and everyone should do it. But if this is the thing that does it for the group of people this video is meant for, I guess sure.
And number 10, gentle movement. I love a morning stretch, Pilates, or a walk with my dog just to feel graceful. Which habit are you going to try this week? Drop a comment down below if you're stepping into your elevated feminine era with me.
Now, I'm super clumsy, so my movement is rarely elegant, but movement is good. I just want to add that it doesn't have to be elegant. I don't really understand what that would add, except for, again, pressure, and I guess it makes you feel like, oh, look at me, I'm so elegant, I'm the main character, whatever. But I don't get it. You can also just take a dance class if you want elegant movements, which would be great. I am pro dance classes. I don't think I was the target audience for this video, to be clear, but still, this is putting so much pressure on a person, and that's just gonna make you feel bad instead of good. Or the main character, I guess? I don't know. And it might annoy the people around you. And this video promotes overconsumption. So I don't like it, and I think if you add and subtract everything, that it's not a net positive for the internet. In the end, I think that everyone is the main character of their own life, because you think with I do this, you're very egotistic, and that's just natural because the word ego is literally the Latin word for I. And you just think from an I perspective, which makes you the main character of your own life. But everyone is the main character of their own life, and everyone else is just an NPC to everyone. So if you think you're the main character in someone else's life, that's bad. You shouldn't want that. It's not gonna help you or them, because they just want to stay away from you, and you lose all your friends. So that doesn't help. You're the main character in your own life, and you may take that space, but remember that everyone around you is also the main character in their own life, and you're just an NPC to them. You might be a very important NPC, like Zelda is to Link, for example, or Ganon is to Link, or Irahim is to Link. Anyways, you might be very important to them, but still an NPC. Anyways, let me know what you think about all of this. And then I want to say thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please press the wonderful shiny like and subscribe buttons, and then I will see you next time. Ciao!